Hello, thank you for taking the time to consider my proposal on the effect of probiotic supplementation and the effects of the liver and kidney and body mass index of Australian adult females. What are probiotics? The International Scientific Association for Probiotics and Prebiotics define probiotics as live microorganisms that, when consumed in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit to the host. Probiotics provide a beneficial role within humans pertaining to the development of the gut microbiota. The main probiotic species will be Lactobacillus Bifidobacterium, and Saccharomyces. These probiotics are found in a range of foods and liquids, including yogurts, cheese, and supplements such as probiotics. The microbiota is an ecological community of microflora inhibiting the host's gastrointestinal tract, which is crucial for the necessary function of the host. Our microbiota is susceptible to dysbiosis via many methods, including antibiotics, an unbalanced diet, unhealthy habits, including smoking and drinking, as well as poor hygiene, including the poor food preparation. Probiotics assist the gut microbiota in providing the host with live colonies of certain beneficial bacteria to maintain and restore the equilibrium between the beneficial, pathogenic, and opportunistic microorganisms. The positive effects have previously been used to restore the natural microbiota after antibiotic therapy and counteracting the proliferation of pathogenic intestinal microorganisms ingested through the gastrointestinal tract, such as the bacteria Helicobacter pylori. Other than the resistance to pathogens, probiotics and the beneficial bacteria also aid in a range of health benefits from non-specific means, such as promoting intestinal transit, normalizing perturbed microbiota, the production of bioactive metabolites and acids as such, the reduction of colon-luminal pH. There are more species-specific means, such as the synthesization of vitamins, gut barrier fortification, bile salt metabolism, enzymatic activity, toxin utilization, antimicrobial production, and absorption. There are rare strain-specific benefits, such as a cytokine production, immunomodulation, endocrine and nervous system alterations as well. Our species, Lactobacillus Acidophilus, has previously been researched, and its specific benefits include the lactic acid production, a very high resistance to bile, and low pH tolerance. It has also been shown to lower blood lipids, such as their cholesterol. It improves lactose metabolism, as well as the prevention of opportunistic bacteria, such as bacterial vaginitis. Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium symbiotic relationship has also been shown to reduce the bloating in adults with functional bowel disorders, as well as suppress cold and flu-like symptoms in children. What we are proposing is an in-depth look at the parameters surrounding the effects and supplementation of Lactobacillus acidophilus has on the liver and kidney functions of Australian adult women. As the probiotic has previously been shown to assist vaginal health, including urinary tract infections, it's also been shown, as mentioned before, blood lipids, acid metabolite production, as well as its resistance to bile and pH. It's believed that this species will influence the functions of the associated organs, as such, the liver and kidney. The research will clarify previous literature of probiotics, such as Lactobacillus acidophilus, is able to influence the body mass index, liver and kidney function, specifically in Australian adult women, over a 10-week intervention period. It will offer new insight into probiotic supplementation and consumption parameters for those researching Lactobacillus acidophilus. To our knowledge, this type of study design and intervention has not been undertaken with our chosen population. What we are proposing is a controlled quasi-experimental design to investigate the supplementation of Lactobacillus acidophilus. Our independent variables will be our supplementation of 7.5 billion colony-forming units per dose of Lactobacillus acidophilus twice daily. Our dependent variables will be body mass index, liver function, and kidney function. We will assume this data is all quantitative. We will not be looking at qualitative means. Our research will be conducted over a 20-week period, including the first 4 weeks for ethical approval, prior research, as well as the development of the proposal and research questions. At the 5-week point, we will calculate start the recruitment period. Upon week 7, our subjects will be recruited, and then weeks 7 through 17 shall be our intervention period. After the 17th week mark, week 18, we'll start our data analysis and report by the 20th week. Our sample size calculation, the effect size calculated from previous literature, considering the changes in the BMI, liver, and kidney functions after probiotic supplementation, and effect size of 0.5 was calculated. Using GPR software version 3.0, and with 90% power and an alpha level of 0.05, with an attrition rate of 15%, the sample size of 22 was calculated. Our ethical approval for the study was obtained from the Center for Digestive Disease Human Research Ethics Community, approval number PRLB0001. Cultures of Lactobacillus Acidophilus were encapsulated at what I mentioned before, 7.5 times 10 to the power of 9, or 7.5 billion colony-forming units per dose, and packaged within unlabeled pill bottles. Volunteers will be recruited through the internet ads and posters displayed at women's centres. Convenient sampling will first be conducted with females who are younger than 18 years excluded from the study. A plain information sheet about the details of the study being conducted, including the specificities of the duration, administration, and testing protocols included, such as phlebotomy, shall be provided. Written informed consent will be obtained by all participants, and then a standard health screening tool will be provided to document the demographic, anthropometric data, and basic health information and current medications for our volunteers. Excuse me. Selective sampling will then be used to refine our volunteers to those who meet our inclusion criteria. Volunteers currently receiving antibiotics, undertaking probiotic supplementation, chemotherapy, or medications directly affecting the liver and kidney function. If they have gastroenteric or endocrine disorders, they shall all be excluded from the study. Participants will be instructed to contact the research team if any side effects occur, and they may discontinue at their discretion. Data in anthropometry collected at baseline at the end of the 10-week mark shall be from the same researcher to minimize variance and discrepancies between measuring techniques. Participants will be asked not to change any lifestyle or dietary habits other than the intervention of consuming 1 dose per morning and 1 dose per evening. The anthropometric data collected will be used to calculate the body mass index of the volunteer. Participants will be asked to take their shoes and their clothes off and change into a dressing gown so that the measurement bias and weight discrepancies will be accounted for. Participants' height will then be measured using the stadiometer. The functions of the liver and kidney will be assessed via phlebotomy and laboratory tests, including liver panel test, and a basic metabolic panel to assess the volunteers' albumin, alanine aminotransferase, aspartate aminotransferase, gamma-glutamyl transferase, total bilirubin, and creatinine levels. The baseline and post-intervention data will then be cleaned and analyzed using descriptive statistics and t-tests set at a 95% confidence interval level and a p-value of 0.05. The data analysis shall be ran through Microsoft Excel and PSPP software. Our expectations for this proposal will reject the null hypotheses for both body mass index and kidney function, as previous literature has shown no reduction in weight or no changes in the kidney function or associated metabolites. For this proposal, we are expecting the alternate hypotheses, which will be a decrease in the body mass index and an increase in the kidney function. For the liver function, previous research has shown that there will be an altered amount of hepatic function, which we expect to occur, and we shall already be accepting this alternate hypothesis. Thank you very much for listening to my proposal. I hope it has given you further insight on probiotics and supplementations of Lactobacillus acidophilus. Thank you.